Welcome to a brand new episode of Lunch with Doug, a unique and fun experience brought to you by the creative minds here at the Music Exervia Project. We're here today thanks to the generous support of our esteemed sponsors. Harry Frog Graphics, your go-to destination for all things graphic at 150 North Commercial Street in Nevada, Missouri. Reach out to them at 417-381-1077. Karen McNair, your friendly neighborhood nutritionist. Dial 269-267-4644 to learn about the monthly information class or to schedule a personal consultation. John's Barbershop, located at 121 West Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri. Open Tuesday through Friday. Walk-ins are welcome. No appointment needed. American Legion Post number 2, located at 402 East Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri. Newly remodeled with a fresh, clean look, gaming machines, and new smoke heaters. Open to the public. Express Printing and Hydrographics, a print shop and a commercial-grade hydro dipping facility with custom wide-format hydro film printing capability. Located at 14144 East Highway 54 at Adams Plaza. Contact them at 417-283-2005. Thank you for choosing to spend your lunchtime with me. Dangerous Doug Harper back with you on Lunch with Doug, and as promised, I've got the one, the only Holly Crays is on the phone with me. How are you today, Holly?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Well, I'm fantastic. You know, I've never actually spoke to you in person. We've been friends on Facebook before. I've been watching what you got going on, and we have tons of mutual friends, but we've never spoken till today. This is fantastic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's kind of how networking works, I feel like.
Yeah.
A lot of times. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, so tell me about your newest tune out there, because we'll just assume the listeners are new to your music. I know you're out there playing lots of shows and making it, but what's your best song? Get them started.
Absolutely. So I have two that I'm planning on recording and dropping in January. The two songs that I have planned, one, the title is called Ripped Off. And essentially, in my mind, the way that I explain it is I feel like there's not a whole lot of really strong, this is going to sound kind of crazy, but a lot of really strong, like horse girl, specifically horse girl music out there. I mean, we have country music, but sometimes it doesn't always apply to the things necessarily that like women in rural areas necessarily do. And so I'm excited about dropping that for sure. It's mainly just about how riding cheap colts and dating men that basically don't have what I need. And how you can kind of get caught in cycles of doing things like that. So that song is mainly about that. I'm pretty excited about it, specifically because I've been in communication with some women's ranch bronc riders, and who've agreed to help me, promote, and that way I can promote their sport as well. Because I think those women that are able to do that, and are really picking up on that sport and really just kind of running with it, I think they're kick-ass individuals. And so I'm excited about that. They're going to be able to send me some video content that I can put along on my socials with the music whenever it drops. And then the second one that I'm going to be recording is a song that I wrote, generally just speaking, because I tend to write a lot about mental health issues because I've struggled with it for so long. And thankfully, I feel like our country as a whole is getting a lot better about being more open-minded and just more aware of those issues and how vast it is, the amount of people that struggle. And so the second song that I had wrote is, generally speaking, just about what it's like to try to be in a relationship and kind of that angst that's kind of always there in relation to mental health issues and how that affects, our interpersonal relationships with the people that are closest to us.
For real, you are deep. I love this. You got 2 hits on your hands, what it sounds like.
I'm sure hoping so. I'm gonna cross my fingers and pray to the big man about it.
Man, that was good. That the horse song, you're talking about that. I totally can see where there would be a need for that for real, and the mental
Yes,
health one
sir.
as well. But that the first one, yeah, you're really gonna have a big audience of folks that probably are wanting that exact thing. They probably don't even know they're wanting that. That's so great.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Anyway, that's definitely what I'm hoping for. This year, I was hoping that I could get to a few more rodeos and festivals and things, kind of coordinating that. Since I mean, I've only been playing live for a year, and so kind of coordinating that the first year was kind of difficult. But hopefully, this next summer and this next season, um, through the warm months and stuff, it will get a little bit better as far as getting to coordinate and getting, that networking down, and that way I can go ahead and slide right in and find my people that are gonna enjoy my music.
Exactly. I love it. You're
Mhm.
very strategic. This is amazing.
Oh, yeah. I got plans.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So where's your next gig coming up at, or maybe a couple? What do you
My
got coming up?
my next gig, I have is coming up in, Baxter Springs, Kansas. It's gonna be at Red Ball, Bar and Grill, and I am really, really stoked about this. So, crazy thing, there was a scheduling mix-up at another venue, in Baxter. It wasn't their fault, it wasn't my fault, it was just a miscommunication. As I was leaving, I actually had my daughter with me there that night. So we stopped in and we ate at Red Ball because I thought one of my friends was playing over there that night. He wound up not being there. So it was like a crazy thing. But I went in and the food is wonderful. The atmosphere is really awesome. You can just tell the people in there, they really want to be there. And, they're just enjoying having that kind of like place in a smaller town, which I think is awesome. Um, so we ate, everything was great and wonderful, and I'm really excited about that gig. I'm going to be having the drummer that's been playing in the band that we've been rolling with here, Noah. He's going to be coming up with a cajon as well. So we'll have a little bit of backbeats with the acoustic on that. So I'm excited about that for sure.
That'll be fantastic. I love it. I love it. Has are you getting up there to Percy's place yet in Bernal?
I've gone once so far. I haven't been able to make my way back there, but I did speak to a local the other day, and we were kind of talking about some ideas that she was going to kind of throw out to the owner, which I think would be super, super neat. So I know up north, there's like a small town. They have a venue where they do like dances, and it's a really small town, but everybody shows up for it, so the place is packed. And I think it would be really, really neat to have somewhere like that, in or around Fort Scott or this, area, Bernal, Deerfield, Nevada, like this whole area that just had like a kind of a two-step night and could highlight, local artists and then, be able to actually have a dance and stuff. I think that would be really awesome. I
Yeah,
love I love that kind of vibe. The whole urban cowboy band in the background and everybody's getting busy and having a good time. So,
exactly. Exactly. I'm picturing it. It's like you've just set a movie up for me. It's wonderful.
yes, sir.
So what do we get to expect when we see you live? What kind of tunes are you playing? What kind of artists are you covering and all that?
Absolutely. So during gigs, I do play a lot of covers. Right now, I play a lot of Red Dirt. I play a little bit of Southern rock. And typically, I do have quite a bit of music, maybe that and not folks aren't as familiar with necessarily. I don't just get up there and play big hits, but I choose the songs that I choose specifically, just because as an artist, I know kind of where I'm wanting to go, with my career, and so I'm trying to, I guess, kind of prep their ears for what kind of material they could expect from me in the future as far as vibes and content and basically what can we pack in there to say about my life and my experience. that could, possibly be relatable to somebody else that, struggles with the same things or even has the same, interests. So,
Yeah, for sure. Here's one of my favorite questions. This one may make you think a little bit, but I bet you know the answer right off the top of your head. Is all right, so you're a singer and then you do somebody else's song, but pick out one of the songs that it really fits you and it's almost like you wrote it but you didn't. You got one of those on your list?
oh, yes, I do. It is called Pitch and Fits by Drayton Farley.
Nice. Tell me about
He's
that.
amazing. He's amazing. It is just the most relatable song that I've ever heard personally. Like I said, regarding mental health, it's a pretty big deal for me specifically um, this year because I really struggled this past fall, actually. Um, and so it's just one of those songs where I can hear it a million times and it doesn't get old and it says everything that I would ever really want to say to somebody, that in that relationship that's trying to love me or somebody else, that struggles with their mental health. So it's kind of all encompassing. It touches on a little bit of everything that I know that I've ever felt in my own life. So
Yeah. Wow. Now, have you ever considered doing your own cut of that, your own version recording of it?
oh, I would absolutely love to, honestly. There's so many artists generally that uh, that I pick up on that I just love. I could do covers all day long because it's just fun and you get to pick out, what is most relatable to you, and I really enjoy that part about getting the opportunity to play covers in front of people because it kind of helps them, the audience in a way, kind of know a little bit about you.
Nice. Now, do you do anything from the Urban Cowboy movie soundtrack?
I do not. I have a long list of songs that I'm, wanting to learn. Like I said, I started playing a little bit in college, and then I had babies, and my life got crazy, um, and I mean, I went through a lot of stuff in a short period of time thereafter I graduated from college, and it took me a minute to pick it back up. But my grandfather, he was a Vietnam vet, and he passed away last not this past spring, but the spring before. And he is the one person that always used to, no matter what, he would always want to hear me play. It didn't matter if it was a song he'd heard before or not, or if it was something entirely new that he'd never heard before. It doesn't matter as long as I was singing and playing. And so when he was on palliative care, he of course asked me to bring my guitar down and sing to him. So I did that. And nonchalantly in conversation, we were just talking about um, careers. And he was a foreman for a long time and a tuck pointer. And we were having a conversation about how in his career he had said that one day he just kind of, all the stress and stuff, he just had to kind of step away from it. And so I said, well, I don't know, what I'm going to do, whenever I get tired of doing what I'm doing. And he said, it was so funny at the time because he literally just looked at me like I should have already known the answer to the question. He was like, "Well, you cut a record, babe. That's what you do." And so Teresa Davenport, local from Fort Scott, she had asked me to play at the Blues Fest last year, and it's so funny because I thought I was going to be playing in the back of a truck bed. Honestly, I didn't realize how big of a deal Fort Fest is now, but there wound up being, I want to say, like 500 or 600 people there for my first audience ever. So
Oh yeah, that's an
we went
awesome.
kind of yeah, we went kind of blazing by
Yeah.
fire for the first gig.
Was Dave Orr running the sound? Doesn't he do sound over there for that?
Yeah, he did. Uh-huh.
Oh, he's a really cool guy, great sound guy. I really like him.
Mhm. Yeah, they were all very kind to me.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. That's a whole cool. Fort Scott's really kind of a cool town. They're really music centric. They really like a lot of neat things. They got a lot of good stuff over there. So
Yeah, they're definitely picking it up and adding, local artists and stuff to community events and things like that. I think that it's just amazing to be able to see them get to do that, and to offer that kind of support from musicians locally. I think it's amazing.
Yes, definitely. You'd probably fit in pretty good over at the Dirty Mule over in Pittsburgh. Have you been over there yet?
I have. I've been there. I've played there. I want to say probably a handful of times. I opened up for Ty Ellis and the Flatliners, so they kind of took a chance on me. They're lead guitar players from Fort Scott, and I was just kind of looking for people to jam with. Just kind of for fun, really. And Josh Seaver, he came over to the house and we played a little bit and we got done. And I kind of had a weird feeling because when he left, I was like, well, that was really strange. Because he had messaged me immediately and he's like, yeah, we got to get you out doing stuff. And so he talked to Ty and them and they let me come out. And it's kind of like having a pack of big brothers, really. Um, their whole band, they've always been awesome to me and inclusive to me. They've taken me to some of their other gigs out of town, like Leavenworth, and been down to Grove, Oklahoma, down at our bar. And it's just a good experience. I've had a wonderful experience with those guys. So
Nice to have a team like that on your side for sure. Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. I like the vibe over there. That's a cool place. Where are some other cool venues you played at?
I got to play here recently up in Kansas City. And I played at, oh my Lord, I'm losing it. I'm scheduled to play at, is it Laney's? Laney's is a new facility. The Laney's is the new venue, and it's right next door. Um, I don't know why it's just fallen from me.
That's all right. It
Tin
happens.
Roof.
Ten
Tin
Roof.
Roof. Good Lord. Lord help me.
That was gonna be my
Yeah.
guess, but then I didn't want to
Yeah.
say it and then not be.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, I got to play up at Tin Roof here recently and I really enjoyed that crowd. I brought Noah up there with me. They really liked that. And it's always kind of nice because I think that sometimes I feel like maybe my sets are a little bit different than what people would expect. So it's kind of good I think to bring in another element and even though, somebody may not know all of it, they can say, "Oh my gosh, it was, I heard this song the other night." And then I'm even getting to support, the artists that I really enjoy listening to and that I'm a fan of. So, another I really like R Bar. R Bar is just fun. A couple of times ago, whenever I had gone down to open up for Ty Ellis and the Flatliners, I had a pack of friends that got to come because I have some friends that are Okies, and they showed up down there, and we just had a blast. So I opened, and then we stayed for the band, and it was just a really really fun time. We danced and laughed, and the locals there were all really really nice to us, and just really hospitable, and it was just a pretty cool experience.
That sounds fun for real. That's good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, tell us about you. You're. I'm assuming you're all over social media and whatnot. Can you give us some places where we can connect with you on there?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So I'm on Facebook. My page name on there is Holly Crays Music. It's the same throughout. So Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. My Instagram's fairly new, and I'm trying to. I did have to get recently a new Facebook page whenever I got my booking agent, so we could set it all up for her to be able to help move information out as well. And so I'm totally restarting on that and trying to get that worked back up. But TikTok right now it's a really fun place. I can show my personality a little bit more on there currently, just with the videos and things like that. Um, and I get on lives and probably at least once a week or so here recently. I've been getting on live and basically just playing a gig live stream from my home. And that's really neat because people pop in and, it's people from all over the country. They'll pop in there. And I've got quite a few of my fans are from actually down in East Texas. And then I've got a gal that does leather work and she's just a strong person. You can tell she does all this leather work and, trains horses as well and stars them and stuff. And, um, she gets on there and they all just kind of build me up, and it's fun. It's fun. We get in there and we joke around and just have a good time. So,
Well, that sounds cool. I'll have to check that out. That I like watching TikTok. There's a lot of different things. It's unique to see what each person does, how they put their spin on how they're gonna do it in their lives and stuff.
oh yeah,
There's this
absolutely.
bass guitar player I like to watch. I don't know what his name is, but he pops up a lot. I've followed him, and he's real
Mhm.
funky, you know. And I'll watch that guy for half an hour sometimes, and he's just really just fun to watch. And he'll talk and he plays his bass, and it's cool.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and to be honest, I really think TikTok's kind of cool. Hopefully, nobody wants to shoot me in the foot over it, but it ultimately it's really changed the music industry in a lot of ways. And you're seeing people literally post videos online and then later getting signed or whatever, from just their content and what they've created. Somebody, it's just a way for people to be able to see what you're about. And it's really neat how it's changed things. Like I used to watch a gal, her name was Bugg, and she would get on. She's amazing. She can play piano, guitar. She's a beautiful voice, and her writing is phenomenal as well. And I was watching her live one night, and Wyatt Flores got on her live and like got her set up to open for him. So yeah, TikTok changes things for the music industry. It definitely helps, kind of get people out there and kind of leads them to opportunities that maybe they wouldn't have had otherwise, to be honest.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, what they're all saying, all the music promoter people are saying, the two places that new artists are getting discovered, it's TikTok and Spotify. Those are the number two driving
Yes,
force.
sir.
And
Yes, sir.
TikTok
Absolutely.
might be number one. Spotify might be number two.
Right. Yeah.
So
Well, and I think it's really neat just because there. I mean, you can find all kinds of music on there. I'm one of the gals. I like to message my friends when I find something really cool. As far as like a new artist or new, even a style. So I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I love seeing all the different kinds of new music, and even the smaller, artists that are probably just playing locally or maybe even in their bedroom. Like, it's amazing to see how well, musicians can do what they do. Like, there's so many great writers that, well, maybe might not ever be on Spotify, or ever be anything big, but I've heard some really really like amazing songwriting and lyrics, and just the way they arrange and put music together on there. Even the small guys are big guys, so I think that's awesome.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, I found a band. I'm a big fan of them now. They're called Wendell. I think's how you say their name. It's
Oh, right on.
this girl and this guy, and they what got me into it is they because you only get like a minute of the song, you don't get the whole song. But they were
Yeah.
doing these really unique cover songs of all these songs that I love, and then I heard their versions, and I actually like their versions better than the originals now. And so
Mhm.
then they got so well known doing that that then they thought, well, we'll just release a few of these. So then they started releasing some stuff, and they've got their own songs out too. But some of my favorite songs they do are, like I said, they didn't write them, but they've done their own version of them and released them. Now I listen to them all the time, and I actually started I do some side DJing occasionally, and now
Oh, awesome. I
I'll
didn't know
play
that.
them in my set. I'll play them for the people, and people are like, because they know the song. I said, look, you don't want to hear the original. Check this one out. It's better.
Right. Yeah.
It's not maybe not better. It's just updated. It's the more modern recording techniques and everything, so it just sounds fresh.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like
Absolutely.
their arrangement. They've
Kind of
got.
reminds me of like Josiah and the what is it? Josiah and the Boonville.
I think I have stumbled on them once or twice too.
Yeah,
What
they
song was
they
it they
originally
did?
I think started doing covers, and now I think
Uh-huh.
they've got some original stuff out now.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool. Reina de Sid, I think is how you say her name. She goes by her real name now, but her and this other girl, her guitar player, they do this duo.
Mhm.
And they used to play a new song every Sunday. It was usually a cover. Occasionally they do one of their own, and it was just so awesome. I loved watching those gals, and
Mhm.
they're really really successful. they're not a household name, but they've got, hundreds of thousands of fans, and their videos sometimes hit 2 million views and such, and they tour internationally and all this stuff. But again, unless you're in their little world, you know,
Mhm.
but it's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think that's crazy too, because, even in those circumstances, I think sometimes, like we just as a country, we get kind of really, really toned into or tuned into, the big name artists, but don't even realize how many like musicians just have been successful, across the board touring, like, even out of country, like what you were talking about.
Oh yeah, for real. Because
Mhm.
that's all these guys do. They're very successful. They have their merch and I
Mhm.
assume they're probably on some sort of record label. It's just a company I've never heard of. Some would
Yeah.
would be a smaller label, but ultimately they're way bigger. Than
Yeah, absolutely.
than some. So it's cool. It's cool, and it's real personable. You feel like you know them. I think there's some kind of psychological term they have for that, where you feel like you know someone. You've never met them, but you've seen them online so much that you just, you trust them and you like them. It's
Exactly. Yeah.
it's
Yeah, they become kind of a person in your world. Yeah.
yeah, you're just like it's like you're watching one of your friends on there. Same kind of deal. So it's cool. It's very cool.
Mhm. Yes,
Well,
sir.
I guess I better get off here. I've managed to talk and talk. Is there anything else great you want to share with me, the listeners, before you get off here?
I think the main thing is that January is kind of going to be a big month for me. Working on that recording and getting that date set up. I'm going to drop merch at the same time. Um, that I've got planned out. And then we have my first full band gig at Pickled Pete's in Frontenac, Kansas on January 25th.
Oh, I love Pickle Pete's. Cool place.
Yeah.
Cool
Yes,
people.
sir. It is a very cool
Yeah.
venue.
Yeah, you got
Very cool venue.
good food. You got good vibes for music fans. Everything. It's great. Great. Love that place.
Absolutely. I've had a good experience every time I've been there, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and it keeps getting more and more popular. They just keep growing. It's so great. Very cool down there.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
All right, I know I got to go, but I missed one question. You said you're doing this recording. Where are you going to be recording at? That was on my mind.
So I am friends with members of the band Rangeline out of Joplin, Missouri.
Oh, I know who they
Um,
are. That's awesome.
yes, sir. So Noah currently plays drums for them as well, and then Thaddeus plays lead, and they got me in communication with their producer, so I'm really excited about moving along with all of that. It's been long. I've been waiting on it a long time. It's gonna be like my birthday whenever I finally get to drop my own music.
Yeah, nice. And when you said no, I wondered if it was the Noah from Rangeline. In my head, I was like,
Mm,
but I didn't want to say it. But now you should. That's wonderful. So yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes,
again,
sir.
I
Yeah,
don't.
he's a solid guy. He's
Yeah,
a solid guy. He'll show up
nice.
and he'll get it done. So
Heck
he's
yeah.
he's a good dude.
Yeah, I don't really know those guys that well, but again, I have mutual friends and see them on Facebook and stuff. You end up feeling like you know 'em, that thing, but I see what they're
Mm-hmm.
doing every once in a while. It's good stuff. A good crew. So, well, Holly,
Yes, sir.
it was an honor to have you on the show, and thank you. We'll be watching for you in January, and if you want to holler back at me, we'll get you on when your release is coming out, or if you want to update us somewhere in between, that'd be cool too.
Right on. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, for Holly Crays, I'm Dangerous Doug Harper. This has been Lunch with Doug. Thanks for spending your lunchtime with us. Once again, thank you for spending your lunchtime with me here at Lunch with Doug. Produced and created by the Music Exerbia Project and made possible by the generous support of these esteemed sponsors. Harry Frog Graphics, your go-to destination for all things graphic at 150 North Commercial Street in Nevada, Missouri. Reach out to them at 417-381-1077. Karen McNair, your friendly neighborhood nutritionist. Dial 269-267-4644 to learn about the monthly information class or to schedule a personal consultation. John's Barbershop, located at 121 West Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri. Open Tuesday through Friday. Walk-ins are welcome. No appointment needed. American Legion Post number 2, located at 402 East Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri. Newly remodeled with a fresh, clean look, gaming machines, and new smoke heaters. Open to the public. Express Printing and Hydrographics, a print shop and a commercial-grade hydro dipping facility with custom wide-format hydrofilm printing capability. Located at 14144 East Highway 54 at Adams Plaza. Contact them at 417-283-2005. Thank you for choosing to spend your lunchtime with me.